Hi there. So when we have a problem, it often feels like we need to solve the whole darn thing all in one go. And that's not how it works usually. Yesterday, I was doing a EFT swap session with a colleague and friend, and both of us realized we did half an hour each way. So she was a practitioner for half an hour and I the client, and then we swapped around for half an hour. In fact, probably it was about 20 minutes each way. Afterwards, we both realized the main problem that we worked on is still in place, but we got a little bit further than we were before the 20 minutes started. And that was enough for each of us to just feel like we've made some progress. We're not so stuck in a fight or flight mode about something where we can't think, we can't move forward, we can't move backward. And that's exactly how it works with our big problems in life is, yes, the big problem might be in place actually because there's many factors at play. It's been building up for many years. We've had a pattern in place, and then another pattern adds to it and makes it more complicated. And then another life event comes and makes it even more complicated. And we don't know where to start unraveling it. And it feels like this whole thing just needs to go right now because we've got uncomfortable symptoms, whether it's body symptoms or emotional symptoms or life symptoms. And we just want the whole thing to go away all at once. However, if we can make enough progress in a session or in a chat with a friend or in whatever kind of help it is that you're getting, we can make just enough progress to make one tiny step forward. The body and mind can relax, our brain can think better, we can just think a little bit clearer, make better decisions. And that is often how it happens in an EFT session with me as well, is a client might come with a huge big problem. It's not going to take one session to solve. Most people don't have problems that we can solve in one session. However, in that one EFT session, it can feel like a miracle how we can go from extreme anxiety and panic about a situation to even a 0. I've seen that happen in one session, or a 2 out of 10 panic, anxiety, frightfulness. And then our brain can come up with solutions. Then we can start thinking, okay, now what's the next best step for me? But this piece about the emotional work and just making one little bit of progress forward to feeling calmer, to feeling more resilient, more resourceful, is such a very important step. And often in the bigger scheme of things, it can look like a really, really tiny step. But if we didn't take that step and get calmer about it, the rest is not going to be possible either. So if you are struggling with a huge, big problem right in front of you and you don't know what the next step is because you feel frozen or you feel like you want to run away, like forgotten it, running away, fighting, or freezing. If you're feeling like that at the moment, let's do a little bit of tapping. It's just going to be 1 or 2 rounds and just make one tiny little bit of progress forward for you to let some of the emotional burden about that go. And then the brain can think better and clearer. So bring to mind something that you're struggling with, a big problem that you might have, small problem, any problem. Take care of yourself emotionally. I'm not there with you, so I don't know how big it is for you. Just make sure you also have support where you are if this starts feeling a little bit big for you to manage by yourself. And then tap with me, and it's a tapping that helps us to stay more in our bodies and calm and resourceful. So just keep tapping, even if you feel emotions rising. So bring to mind your situation. Just notice in your body, in your mind, in your thoughts, in your emotions, what's going on for you about that. Now, I don't know what it is that's going on for you, so I'm just going to use general words and you change it if you feel like it. Say more specific words pertaining to your situation and just keep the tapping going. That's the most important thing. So just starting on the side of the hand, even though the situation feels big and I don't know what my next step should be, I've got so many emotions about it. I soothe and comfort myself. And I want to credit my EFT mentor, Sajal Shah, for that beautiful piece of the setup statement. And even though I've got this huge situation in front of me, this problem, and I don't know what to think or feel, this is how I'm thinking and feeling right now. I soothe and comfort myself. And even though I've got this huge problem to solve, and I'm feeling stuck, maybe frozen, like I want to run away, I can't deal with it, I accept that this is how I feel right now, and I soothe and comfort myself. And then we're just going to tap through the points. This big situation, this huge big problem. And this is how I'm feeling. And you can name some of the feelings that you have. These are my emotions. Maybe it's anger, maybe it's fear, maybe it's sadness, grief, regret, anxiety, panic. All these emotions of mine are valid. Of course I'm feeling this way. It's a big thing. And then under the arm, all these emotions, these feelings. This is, and we just go through finger points because they're so useful. This is how I'm feeling. These big emotions. Maybe I feel stuck with all of it. I don't know what the next step is forward. Don't know what else to do, what else to try. I've tried so hard to solve this. And it's a really hard thing for me to deal with. I'm feeling stuck, maybe afraid, maybe alone. So stuck and alone with this. Of course, it's hard to deal with this then. All these emotions, and they're all valid. This is how I'm feeling. And I can admit that today. Whew. You'll notice that's the second big sigh in this round that I've done. And I hope you're starting to sigh or yawn or something like that. That's a good sign that energy is moving. So just keep tapping. We'll go right to the end of the finger points. All these emotions that I'm feeling about the situation that I'm dealing with. This big troublesome thing. And then just rest your arms, take a nice deep breath in. Sigh it out like a nice big sigh. So the fact is your situation may not have changed in the past 5 minutes, but the EFT tapping can help us to see it in a different light, to feel lighter, to feel like the burden has been lifted just a little bit. The emotion is often what keeps us stuck in the place because the emotion switches on the fight or flight, the fear center in the brain, the amygdala, that uses up all the brain power and the capacity, and all the blood flow goes there. So there is less available for the prefrontal cortex, where we need to think about how to handle the situation, what it is that we can do. So we feel frozen, stuck, and not able to move forward. So just remember, big situations we deal with in tiny little steps. We don't eat an elephant all in one gulp. Poor elephant. We take small little bites out of it so that it's manageable. And with each little bite we take, each little step we take, we can see further along the path. It's like when we stand at the bottom of a staircase, we don't need to be able to see the top of the staircase. We just need to be able to get onto the next step. And from the next step, another next step is possible. And that's the way we deal with big situations. Unravel it in tiny bits. I wish you well, and I hope that this tapping has been helpful. Please do continue to use it. Have a wonderful day.